you try to convince the examiners, with so many things. You write like this, you say like this, and you come up with this theory. Instead of explaining for 10-15 minutes, you just say, oh, this is published in this journal, in the Journal of Cleaner Production. It is Q1. It's already accepted, or it's already published. And then majority of the examiner will believe that, will accept your explanation. Okay, it's very important to work timely and to work, to manage your time properly. Okay, for those who don't understand Malay, I will explain to you. Is some Malay proverb. This is good for motivational purposes. Inspiration versus perspiration. In writing journal paper, I think everyone who has been accepted for masters or PhD or lecturers, they all have this inspiration. They are good brain. They have got good brain. But what they need is the second part. This is perspiration. What is perspiration? You have to work hard. You have to, perspire. You have to, untiringly working towards achieving your journal paper. And the Malay proverb says that kalau tidak dipecahkan loyong, manakah dapat sagunya? We have to work hard. That it is translated literally as if the bark or the palm is not broken, one will not get the sagu. So we have to work hard, and it is difficult job. Its actual meaning is without making effort, one will not achieve the result. I will show you the figure how it is. And also time management, I just stated just now. I showed you the picture. A Malay proverb state that masa itu mas, or is the direct translation, time is gold. Without good time management, good journal paper will not be produced and published. Believe me, yes. And maintaining good health, Malay proverbs go on saying that badan sihat otak cerdas. It means that kesihatan yang baik membolehkan seorang melahirkan idea yang benar. Meaning that the good health will produce good idea, generate good idea. This is the illustration. He worked so hard, to break this palm and to get this sagu, to get the starch. You have to work hard, not just the idea, the understanding, but you have to more like my friends. It's a mechanical work. You have to use hands and feet, to do this, and your brain, of course. And you must write when you are in the fresh state, not when you are tired or you are busy. Leave it at night. One or two you work so hard during the day. Don't write in that time, because you not produce good result. Write when you are fresh. You need more ideas and creativity. You need more ideas. You need something. Okay, why I said this? In journal paper writing, you need new ideas. The more new ideas, the more something which is different from others, the more chance of your work to be accepted. If you try to follow the routine, and then there are possibilities that your work will be rejected. And effort and supplication, usaha and doa, make effort and make doa. Rajin dan usaha tanda kejayaan. Okay, this one thing is the last point is apprentice yourself to a master and learn good trade. He's a professor from Sakha University, and he came to us and give this talk. Okay, the final one, sukakan gaharu kerana baunya, sukakan guru kerana ilmunya. Takrifnya, sukakan kepada sesuatu itu kerana faedah yang boleh diperoleh daripadanya. Meaning that you have to learn, you have to from a master, somebody who can guide you, who can lead you to the journal paper publication. So the teacher, they are the teacher. They may not be teaching, may not be teaching you fiqh or usuluddin, but they teach you journal paper writing. But still, they are those who help in your life, in your study. So you have to value them, these people. Okay, we have to do some kind of exercise and so that you remain fit and healthy. it's a bit not related to journal, yeah, but this is, to me, this is very relevant. Ideas, you must come up with ideas. Generate new ideas. The way to present, put some pictures, tables, and some like good reference. So produce good product. So you are a designer. You may produce many type of product. Produce good product, promotion, meet potential client, advertise in TV, papers. This is the way you try to expand your work. And then you go to that. You submit your work, and you please you pray. Help me God. I want to sit for my exam. What is exam? BIBA. What is your exam? GS11. This is that. GS11, BIBA, CE. It's all your exam. Your exam is not like your undergraduate student or when you are your kid at school, but your exam is GS11, seminar, presentation, 1 credit. This is your exam. Meeting with the examiners, with the supervisors is also your exam. Sending paper for journal is also your exam. So you must understand that. Some people say, why I have to present GS11? I meet you every day. Why need? Because it is considered as an examination. And during the examination, you have journal paper. It's very good. You don't have to ask you a lot of questions. I mean, your work is been recognized by experts, at least 2 people. Okay, now I move to the journal publication proper. Now you want to publish a work in a journal. Select the journal, the appropriate journal. Consider targeting journal that to publish your work. Which journal you want to send? This is a challenge. Because suppose you are working in material. I mean material composite. There are a lot of journal in material polymer composite. So which one? See, the best thing you have to ask those who have experience, because these are the shortcut to the publication. And another thing is you try to look for the impact factor. Journal with impact factor. Thomson Reuters. There is a new company, ISI also, but it is it's I think somewhere in South Asia. ISI, but it's not the same with ISI that by Thomson Reuters. Make sure they are from Thomson Reuters. That's why ISI now, Thomson Reuters themselves, they didn't call them as ISI. Only the people call them ISI journal. No, they said this is Thomson Reuters journal because it's been copied. ISI has been copied. People just even 2 days ago, my student come with a email. They said one journal invited him with impact factor 1.6, but it's global impact factor. I said to him, yeah, this is from ISI. I said, yes, it is ISI, but it's not the ISI that are there with the proper impact factor. That's why I tend to use the word Thomson Reuters rather than ISI. Even ISI themselves has declared that our previous name, previously known as ISI, and they don't call themselves ISI because a lot of cheating these days. Okay, and then you must decide on your journal: is it fundamental work or research work, broad-based or specialized journal? Some journal very specialized, some journal can accept very broad-based work, and printed or e-journal, subscribe or open access journal. And this is not very important. The most important thing is the journal with good impact factor in Thomson Reuters. And as I said just now, decide to send to higher impact factor or lower impact factor journal, but can be published. But there is some decision there whether we want to send to the higher impact factor or lower impact factor. But sometimes high impact factor, has the take more time. So this is. But from this statement, it says that whether you want to send to impact factor, low impact factor, or high impact factor, mean that don't send to the journal without impact factor. Preferably go for the impact factor one. Because when you cannot, can go lower to Scopus journal. but don't go lower than that, because you know of the quality. People will argue about the quality, especially the big journal, and rank accordingly according to priority list of 3 or 5 journals. You decide which journal you want to send. Okay, then you must perform literature review and spend some time for literature search in relevant areas as in a journal paper. The author has to provide a systematic and thorough literature review of the related field. So in all journal, whether it is a literature review journal or the proper research paper, you must perform literature review, literature search. Without this, you know, people will not accept. You have an introduction, maybe 1 or 2 paragraph introduction, then you straight jumping to the methodology or material and method. No, it's not acceptable that way. You must have literature review. How many? Normally, I would say about 10 will be acceptable. Some people like to put about 50, but if you have 50 review in a research paper, that has become 50. I think it's a minimum number for the review paper. So 10, 15, maximum 30 papers. Yeah, don't go beyond that. Don't go beyond that. But you may want to review 10, 15, but in the reference list you may have 30, and the rest, the 15 one, you can embed some in the result discussion. But many editors, they like we have about 30, 25, 30 references. Not only just 4 or 5. It's not good. And we need to analyze the weaknesses of the previous work, and in this manner research gap will be filled. What are the weaknesses of the previous work? You do some like critical review. In those reviews, we got about 10 papers. So each one you have to short review. Don't do it too long. For me, right, about 2, 3 pages, double space will be enough. And please don't write like literature review as a title. The title remain introduction. The INTROP is still applicable. You know INTROP? INTROP means this old saying. Introduction, methodology, result, and discussion. That remain relevant. INTROP. Don't go beyond that. Don't put introduction, literature review, and some researcher write methodology. Objective. You know, scope. There's no need for that. You have only one introduction, and the next will be the methodology or material and method. But within that introduction, you must have 1 or 2 paragraphs on general introduction, and then you start going to the literature review. Then the final paragraph, you just conclude them by stating the gap. After you have done some review, there is some gap of knowledge. That this is your work is trying to fill that gap. That is very important. When we write paper in that manner, and then it is very easy for the reviewer to review your work. You guide them because I have reviewed about 450 journal papers, mainly from good publishers, Elsevier, Taylor and Francis. 450. I just purposely take up that challenge. I never rejected except if the area is very far from my area. As long as I can understand, I'll take up the challenge. Don't reject it. It gives you a lot of knowledge. So normally when I review a paper, and then I found that the paper is presented in this manner, which I said just now, I don't have to bother to go for Google's them what I knew about this work. Okay. This is one database, so it's kind of direct. Normally, UPM we have this, so a lot of information. When I did my PhD 15 years back.